You're listening to the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How's everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? This is Adion. Yes, I don't have my theme music. I'm using my cell phone today. Oh my gosh. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. This is Adion, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are listening to the Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know it's extraordinary folk doing a damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is, I hope I say it right. Believe I said, when it's your time to shine, shit happens. I hope that's the title, because it just seems like this week has just really been crazy. Like time has just been none. And I was up to the last minute. As you see, if you see the descriptions, there's nothing there because I really had to figure out a title at the last minute, as I have to sometimes. And so this is what I'm saying about when it's your time, when you know your time is near, you know that your dreams and your visions are about to really burst out in flames. The heat gets turned up. I mean, things just start going haywire around you. You get all kinds of, accelerated tests. Let's say it that way. You get all kinds of accelerated tests coming your way, and you feel like this juggler trying to juggle the balls all at one time, and you got to figure out, okay, which one, don't let this one drop, don't let that one drop. You know, you got so many things all at once, and you might have planned things out, of course, to go much smoother. And you can have the master plan and all of that stuff in place. But I'm here to tell you, when you get close to the things that you have been working so hard to achieve, things just go crazy. But I'm also here to tell you that it is all a test. As they say when they run that thing on TV, this is just a test. This is just a test. You know what I mean? And then be like, boo. That's it. So don't lose it. Don't lose it. So today, I just figured I'd tell y'all a couple stories about my week, because I believe that you will get some inspiration out of it as to it pertaining to the title and why you came up with the title, because one, I really didn't have nothing else to talk about today. But anyway, I just hope that every time the topic comes, that you all get something great out of it. You all get something that can apply to your life at this time in some type of way. Or even if it doesn't apply at this time, it can apply later on. It might hit you. Oh, I remember I was listening to the episode and Adion said X, Y, and Z. And oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. I get it. So I'm just going to, attempt to start off by the top of my week. One being that I have not posted a YouTube video on Wednesday as I promised. And so I apologize to you guys who have went back to the channel and was looking for it. And this is what I'm saying. So I planned out, of course, this year to get the YouTube channel off the ground, since I've been just so focused on the podcast show. And I always tell y'all that sometimes we got to pick and choose. Not sometimes. I believe that we got to pick and choose what we're going to focus on mainly, and then do, work on the other things, give them little time so you can work towards them. So when you're ready to go and work full force with that other thing, you already have some things lined up. So perfect example, if you're just tuning in for the first time, Chronicles of Livin is basically it's about me pushing your dreams, your visions, helping you to face the challenges and just break cycles in your life that's keeping you from your dreams and your visions and goals. And by doing that, I sometimes share from my experience, from others' experiences, or from experience and stories that I might have read about or viewed or listened to. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify that so you can understand why or understand why I'm telling you this story. So the goal was or is to build up the YouTube channel this year. Okay. So therefore, I'm working on videos and stuff like that. I have recorded videos, but I have to edit them. So I've recorded a few videos all at one time and I have to edit them. So this is how I know that me focusing on a YouTube channel is really going to be a breakout thing. And is the perfect time for it. I was working on editing a video to get it up on Wednesday, and guess what? The whole program that I was working with just kept acting crazy, and I just kept starting over, just kept acting crazy. Then just got really late. I had to move on to the next thing, so I had to put it aside, thinking, okay, I'll work on this on Wednesday, and I'll get it up in time. Okay, I decided that I'm gonna go Ubering, Wednesday night. Hence, if you hear stuff in the background, this is what I'm talking about when you're getting close. It's very quiet now. All of a sudden, you hear noise in the background. Anyway, outside. Anyway, so Wednesday, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go out here and Uber tonight. It's a nice night, it's supposed to snow. I probably won't get no, Ubering in on the weekend or whatever. And plus, I got a whole lot of other things to do. So I go out to Uber. And if I do Uber, I usually get out like 3 a.m. in the morning. This way it won't affect my day. So go out there about 3:30 or something like that. Pick up my first Uber ride. And, it's dark because it's like 3 a.m. for something like that. So we get the ride or whatever, we busting it up. And all of a sudden we get on the highway. We kind of close to his job, and he's telling me about how, he lost one job just before Christmas and he got this new job, so basically I'm taking him to this new job. Right. And, as we're talking about the government workers and how it was such a shame and, just we got to pray for them and things like that. And all of a sudden my tire goes low on the highway. Out of nowhere. Now, I've never had a flat since I had this car, and it's been, a couple years. I've never had a flat. Just go get a new tire, whatever. And a total flat. I had to pull over. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an Uber ride. This dude got to get to work. It's a new job for him. And I feel bad because obviously it's probation. I don't want to be the cause of him losing his job. I'm like, oh my gosh, God, please, please, please help us out here. So he, thank God, knew how to fix a flat. So I'm going to try to shorten this story down. So we go get the donut out the car or whatever like that. So then he goes to put the flat on, get it to the point that that he could put the donut on, and cannot get off the screws. I don't even know what you call it, but the thing that get the screws off is not fitting right. So I'm standing out there with him like, Lord, please. I'm saying in my head, Lord, come on, look out for this dude. I don't care. I can handle whatever. Call AAA later. Just let us get this thing on, right? So then, as I'm saying this in my head, I see this white feather on the ground, right? Like, okay, now imagine, I just need y'all to all picture this. We're on the highway. Okay. And this is the part of the highway where there's no ground. I mean, there's no, how some highway you might look over into like, maybe grass or whatever like that. There's no grass. There's nothing. It's just straight concrete highway. No trees, nothing for a bird. Is 4 a.m. in the morning and it's dark and it's cold. So y'all know there's no birds flying around. Okay. So I see this big white feather, just single feather, on the ground, like in front of the car, but, on our side where we are. And I'm like, wow, you see this? I tell the guy, and he's like, oh, and he looks or whatever like that. And I was like, this signifies that, the angels are surrounding us right now, protecting us and stuff. So I go on to tell him how every time I ride off in my car, whether it be, do Uber or just taking a trip, I always pray and I always invite, God to send the angels in with me on a journey, on a ride, to make sure that everything's safe, everybody's safe, and I get back safe, and I that's what I do. That's my prayer every time. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I told him that was a warning to let us know we're good. Everything's going to work out fine. We're safe. And it was truckers driving past anyway. So you know how things go. There's been stories that, people had bad accidents trying to fix a flat on the highway. So, okay, moving on. He's like, yeah, I could tell in his head, he's like, yeah, this crazy bro, whatever. So he go back. He's like, let's see if you got something else in the trunk that could fit better than this. We go back to the trunk. Look, there's nothing there. So I'm like, while we in the trunk looking, I'm still praying, like, God, I got to find the AAA number. I'm like, come on now, let this thing work. Let the screws come off or whatever. So we go back. So he goes to try again. All of a sudden, he kind of gets it. He kind of is working for him where he can turn it a little bit. But as he's doing it, all of a sudden something said, look down. And the first time something said, look down too. So all of a sudden something said, look down again. I look down, and right behind his foot is another white feather. And I'm like, yo. I call his name. I was like, yo, I need you to just look down. Just look down. And he looking around. I was like, no, look behind your foot. And he looks, and the white feather's there. And he's like, yo, now he spooked a little bit. He like, where did that come from? That was not there. I said, I know it was not there. I know it was not there. I said, that was for you because you was thinking I was cuckoo. So that's God sending. And there might be some listeners on here like, oh, this is a bunch of baloney, whatever. I only can tell y'all, I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm going to show y'all the feather because, of course, I got it or whatever. And if you're a non-believer, hey, I can't help you out. But this stuff is real, okay? So I pick up the feather and I was like, yeah, now you believe it, right? That was for you, for your doubt or whatever like that. And then all of a sudden, bam, he just started getting the wheel off. Everything just started moving off fast, got the wheel off and put the donut on, and bam, we was on our way. So we talking in the car. So something, as we getting closer, something said, give him one of your cars, one of the podcast cars. He might be somebody good to interview, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll give him a card. So I gave him a card as we got close to the job. He looks at the car and he's like, Dream Pusher? And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking he just reading the card. He's like, I'm the one that's been emailing you all of this time, right? So y'all know, I tell y'all, like, always thank the people that email me and stuff like that. I'm so grateful to all of y'all that email, reach out for certain things. And every now and then, I get questions and I might answer. So, well, I do answer. So this particular person had been emailing me since before the holidays and asked for my advice on, podcasting and stuff like that, because he had been trying, but it's been a lot of failed attempts and unreliable people and so forth and so forth. So I gave him homework to do to prove that he really wanted this and told him, okay, you email me at 2 weeks after New Year's, with the homework done. Bam. Okay. Now speed up to now. Last week that happened Wednesday. Okay. I believe on Sunday of last week, he did email me back with all the information, but I glanced at the email and I had set it on my schedule to actually look at it and respond to him this week because I had a busy schedule. This weekend because I had a busy schedule. But now 2 days later, or 3 days later, this dude is in my car. You know what I mean? Out of all of this is what I'm saying to y'all about when things, and you might not connect this, but by the end, if you keep listening to the end, and you will see what I'm saying. Everything comes together when you least expect it. God will place certain people in your life at certain times when you least expect it, especially when you're down. This guy told me, okay, he done lost his job. Before that, he was working on starting a podcast show. People was, kind of selling him out, fell off or whatever. And he just was lost. But this is something that he was passionate about. And he just happened to get in my car and I happened to Uber him sometime last year. And I don't even remember him because it'd be dark sometimes, you know what I mean? But God placed him back in my car a couple of days after he sent the email, and then let us get that flat and allow the flat to come, let's say that, to give us time to connect with each other, to talk to each other, and to figure out that, bam, we already were, working towards some type of connection to do some work together. So that confirmed to me that I really need to help this guy. That's one. And then that confirmed to him that everything that he has been working towards that has been failing time and time again. Then he lost his job just before Christmas. All this turmoil that was happening to him was about to start changing because God connected him, divinely connected us. So when you see white feathers, when you see feathers in the middle of nowhere, that's the angels just letting you know, like, things are going to be all right. And if it's with someone, if you're, with someone and having a conversation, rather doing a business deal or you doubting or something like that, it's a warning to let you know, look, that's you good. Yeah, go with it. You know what I mean? So, we both got something out of that. One, that let me know that, okay, this is a person that's listening that really is getting something out of these podcast shows. Out of all the writers I could have picked up, all of them, God placed this man in my life, in my car, and he knew how to fix a flat. A lot of people don't know. A lot of men out here these days don't know how to fix a flat. It could have been a woman. It could have been anybody, and we could have both been out there just on YouTube, pulling up how to fix a flat, because that's what I would have did. Okay, so I say all of this to say, and that's just, I just told that long story to get you in a mindset, and I hope that I painted the picture as I was telling the story to get you in a mindset that when stuff get crazy, don't fall back. Don't give up. I'm telling y'all, because there's more to the story. So now I have the flat to deal with. Hence that Wednesday, later on that day, I'm supposed to put up the YouTube video. And the next day after that, I was supposed to be at a breakfast conference that was scheduled a while ago that I was invited to meet up with people, to connect with them and network with them about speaking at different correctional facilities and schools. Okay, this is a big deal for me. I've been waiting for it, whatever. So I'm like, okay. Now, long story short, I had a client's branding project to work on. So he was MIA. I don't know what was going on with him. He was MIA, but I had to work on his project, get that out the way. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta fix this flat. It's getting late. My monies wasn't like, I didn't have extras for it. And then all of a sudden, a good friend of mine was texting me that night before, and I told him what happened. And he was like, yo, I'm gonna cash app you the money. Bam, just like that. And I hadn't been in touch with this friend for a while. And just something, just a couple days ago, I just was like, sent him a video, whatever like that. And he was telling me, giving me feedback, and then bam. So I'm just saying, like, stuff lines up. If you don't, like, at any time, I could have lost my composure, y'all. This is what I'm saying about, don't worry about it. Just find the good in everything. When we had that flat, I could have went berserk. He could have went berserk. We both could have been out there all like, he could have came at my neck like, oh my gosh, I'm just starting this job and you're going to make me lose my job. He could have went there. Okay. And what could I do? Even though it wasn't my fault, but there are people out there that would take that response to that situation. Or I could have been like, oh my gosh, my car, this and that, either way. And this is what I'm saying to y'all about, you have to decide, and we are all in control of our life and the results. Yes, things do happen out the blue, but it's our response to that thing that happens that determines the result of the outcome. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I know I'm kind of like going here and going there, but I'm wanting to fit the story in so that y'all can get all the pieces to the puzzle. So that by the end of the show, y'all get it what I'm saying. So with that in mind, as far as, making sure that you focus on the good in this, because like I said, it could have been any rider that might not have known how to fix a flat. It just could have been anybody. Everything, it could have been worse than it was, but it wasn't. And it all worked out, okay? And both of us kept a calm head. And therefore, good results came out of that. Good energy came out of that. And now, we scheduled a meeting for next week. And we're going to see what comes out. I'm going to help him out. And it's all good. So meanwhile, okay, I had to get the flat fixed the next day. I'm supposed to upload the video and see what's going to go on with the program or whatever like that. Well, it gets late. By the time, I get the money to go get a new tire, it's late. So I go to one Walmart. Bam. They don't have the auto part. Please. I done rolled there on a donut. Now I'm like, oh my gosh. The other Walmart is so on the other side of town. I go to another tire place. They all booked up. So needless to say, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just can't get the tire fixed today. At this time, it's about close to 7 p.m. at night. So I go home and I'm like, you know what? It's all good. Let me just finish off this client stuff so I can get it out the way and move on. And I'm just going to have to ride out on this donut. I'm going to have to ride to the conference on a donut. This is what I'm saying about tests. We want the dreams. We want the visions. We want the goals. But some of us would have folded at this point. Some of us would have been like, oh, well, I can't make it because I got a donut. And mind you, my donut was flat. So I had to put air in the donut as well. I mean, all of these things. I'm putting air in my donut when I get up in the morning. I'm suited up and I got to put air in the donut just to make sure that the donut don't get flat before I get to the doggone conference. But nevertheless, I made it there on time and nothing but great things came out of it. I met some great people. I connected with some great people, going to set up some good appointments, and I'm definitely on my way towards going into these facilities soon, very soon, to start speaking, and teaching the things that I've learned about self-esteem, life skills, whatever they want me to speak and teach on. But this is a goal that I have set since I left the retreat center, the yoga and meditation retreat center. If you don't know, I did some contract work for a yoga and meditation retreat facility, and then I left there and came back to my goal was to just jump right in to going to different facilities, correctional facilities and schools, and teaching on self-esteem, life skills, and things of that nature, and dreams and entrepreneurship. And I came here off of a person that said that they had the whole connects, and this is what I'm saying about when you get close, you can't fold, y'all. You cannot fold, and you can't think that if something is not going the way you planned, that it's not meant. That is not it. That is not it. It is all a test. It is just a test to see how bad you want a thing, to see if it's really your true passion, and if it's truly your vision, if it's truly your purpose. So this person, in the beginning, when I first moved back and I left, actually I didn't even finish my full contract. It was supposed to be until September, and I left I think 7 months in, but they were good with it because of my plans. And when I came and I moved, within a week, I found out that the person didn't really have the connections that they said that they had. And I was just dumbfounded, oh my gosh, what I'm going to do? Whoop. It was a test. Was I going to give up? But no, I did not. I still legalized my nonprofit. I still put my website together, put my brochure together, put my business card together. I did not allow that mishap to stop me. Okay. I just put it all together because that's what God put on my heart to do. So this is the part when they say when preparation meets opportunity, that's when everything basically blossoms. I'm putting my own spin on it, okay? That's when everything blossoms. So it might sound like I'm all over the place, but everything connects. Everything connects. So you think about this. The test was I going to go to that event with that on that donut? Was I too bougie to go to the event on a donut? Okay. But prior to this all happening, I stayed focused on what I could do, what I had control of when I moved here, and the things that I really wanted to do straight from the gate didn't work out. I focused on the podcast show. I focused on completing my 2 books. that's out right now. Visionary Dreamer 90-Day Journal and the Transform Your Life Workbook, Visionary Dreamer Workbook. I focused on what I could do, what I was capable of doing. And that's what I did. And as a result, I now still have the podcast show going. It has accumulated on more platforms since. And both of the books are published and out for you guys to purchase and to get something out of it. And because I prepped myself and I still follow suit, now when I went to this conference, all my nonprofit stuff was together so that I can give to the people that were there to network with. My business cards, my brochures, you know what I'm saying? My website is up so that they can see that I am serious about my passion. I'm serious about my purpose. I'm professional about things, Everything is all in order. I'm already legalized. But if I would have took on and said to myself, well, this person didn't even have the stuff together, didn't even have the right connections or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, but he didn't come through like he said he was. Let's just say that. He said he had X, Y, and Z together. I could just get in, get the grant money, all of this stuff. I'm all hype. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And no, 1 week and I figured it out because I'm I've been doing this thing for so many years, meaning entrepreneurship. I've been involved in so many different industries, so many different, when it comes to retail, sales, customer service, mortgage, all of this stuff. So it's like when I get to meet with you personally on the fence of whatever it is, whatever type of business we're talking about, I can see through you. I can see that, okay, you don't really have it together like you said. You know what I mean? So I know how to keep it moving and move on until I can find the right people to connect with what it is that God put on my heart to do. And that's how you have to be. And that goes back to the writer that has been emailing me too about the podcast show, about the help with putting his podcast show together. It all lines up. He had the people that wasn't reliable that said they was with it and they didn't come through for him. And he didn't give up. And then God placed us, on the first Uber ride together and I gave him a podcast card. So if I would have never gave him the podcast card from the very beginning, guess what? He might have met somebody that could help him do it. He might have figured it out. But obviously it's meant for me to help him figure it out. You know what I mean? Because my thing is I keep telling y'all, when you first start in something new, you don't need partners and all this whole. I had to learn that. You don't need all of these people involved because you have to figure it out for yourself and see how everything flows. This way you can know if this is something that you really want to stick with. If this is something that you really want to be partnered with somebody doing, sometimes we got to slow our roll and just learn the stuff on our own. Get a mentor, teacher, whatever, or go online, tutoring, see whatever you got to get. But that don't mean that you got to partner with somebody when you're starting a new thing. Unless it requires, like, say somebody already got something going and you got something going and you decide that it just makes sense to partner together. But even still, I tell people, like, look, if you got something going on, like my good friend got something going on, got a clothing line going on, you don't need to partner up with the printer. Just hire the printer, the person that's printing your t-shirts or your business cards or whatever. Just pay them for a service. Pay them for a service, especially if it's somebody that's not in your circle or that you don't really run with or whatever like that. I suggest that full-heartedly. Whatever you got going on, I truly believe that you should figure the basics out for yourself. You should learn the basics out for yourself because that way you can find the right people to connect with. This writer, listening to my podcast show, felt like I was the right person that can teach him some things. and he reached out. So obviously there was something that I was saying to him to make him feel that way. And this is how we have to be. We have to know that anything that we do, when it's our purpose, God will place the right people, the right fan base, you don't have to go all crazy and try to steal somebody else's customers or fans or whatever. No, be authentic. Be authentic to yourself first and foremost, okay? And do the things the way you know how to do it. And in the process, when things go a little haywire, don't lose it, y'all. I know it can be hard sometimes when things just don't flow our way. But like I said, listen to those couple stories, when you don't give up. It might not happen when you want it to happen, but it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. Let's say that, So you will get some YouTube videos from it. You will. And they're going to be great because of the fact that I keep having these setbacks. Like, oh my gosh, like, come on now. But nevertheless, you will get some great videos, and it allowed me to actually take more time to research more on YouTube and stuff. So definitely it's going to be better things coming towards you. Prayerfully starting this Wednesday. But y'all know I'm consistent on this podcast show. So like I said, don't beat yourselves up when you have things mapped out and planned out perfectly, and things just start hitting you from out of nowhere, whether it be a bill or whatever. Like, my savings is not savings, because anything extra I make beyond my financial commitments, I invest. I invest in everything that I'm doing, in my purpose, in my dreams and my goals. I invest. Stuff costs money. You know what I'm saying? So therefore it's little. And then on top of that, I got a son in college, and I got a daughter, grandkids, whatever they need. I'm going to do the best I can do for them as well. So, and it's just me. So yeah, it's a lot to take on when you are investing in your dreams and your goals and everything like that, on top of having to deal with your financial commitments, and on top of curving out the time in between, making sure that you have the monies to pay your financial commitments, hence my other occupations, doing insurance and notary, But when you're passionate about something and it's on your heart heavy, that God put it there. It's not you. That's something that God instilled in you to do. And when God instills something in you to do that you just cannot let go of, you can't, you just can't forget about. It could be years, and then all of a sudden that certain dream or that purpose come back in your heart real strong. Maybe that person come back in your heart real strong. Whatever, when God put it there, it is meant, and it's going to happen. It's just only a matter of time. And it is your choices and your decisions along the way, along that path and that journey that you're on, before that dream or that vision becomes a reality. It's your choices and your decisions that you make that's going to determine how long it's going to take. Because as I said, I think I said this on one of the YouTube videos that I just put up, that, didn't I just lose the thought? Anyway, your response creates the outcome, creates the result of the situation. That's basically it. So, that's what I was going to say. So it also determines if your dream and your vision is taking a while to come to light. Sometimes it can be because there's certain things within you that still needs work. Certain things that needs to be strengthened within you, within your mindset, maybe within your body, depending on your physical body, depending on what you are setting out to do. But everything needs its time so that the puzzle can come together in a perfect way, That's what it's all about, y'all. We got to keep our head right, our mindsets right. And that's why, that visionary dream, the Transform Your Life workbook, you really need to go out and grab that, because I have a lot of things in there to help you to get your mindset right, to help you get your spirit right, as well as the journal, the 90-day journal. It's really like, you looking into you, and you owning up to your own shit, so that you can stop repeating cycles that don't benefit you, and let go of habits that's just stopping you and limiting you from greater things in life, or let go of fear that's getting in the way of you getting out of your comfort zone, or being scared of change, because change is always good. Trust me and believe. It might be a scary thing for a lot of people to change who they are, or who they hang with, or where they live, or whatever. It might be a scary thing, but when God is tugging on your heart and you have such a huge vision, a lot of times you will stunt your growth if you're not willing to move forward. If you're not willing to learn new things and study your craft, or the thing that you're supposed to be doing, if you're not willing to get around a community of people that know and that are doing the thing that you are working towards doing. Some people fear being around people that's already doing what they're doing, and that's doing it at a greater rate. But I'm here to tell you, that's my goal. I want to learn from people that is further than me. Because if you just want to just learn from people that's just in your whole circle, guess what? You're not going to grow past that. Everybody in your circle know what each other is capable of, and you already sharing that with each other. So, okay, you capped out right there. So now it's time for you to let go of any fear that you might have, to grow further, to meet new people, to learn from people that's already out there doing the damn thing, so that they can challenge you to do the damn thing at a better rate, at a higher level. Because we all have it in us. We all have greatness in us. But it's a lot of things that we need to let go of. It's a lot of things that we look at and we just give up. Things that happen along the way that's just so shaky and so, just out of whack. Just before I came on here, all day long, I've been working on my freaking taxes. And I'm here to tell y'all, I really was like not feeling doing the show, because I was so frustrated. I got a headache and everything. But I was like, nope. I got to let this go for a minute. Maybe when I come back at it, because of the fact that I'm always self-employed because of my, my insurance, and I do life insurance, annuities, and the mortgage signings and stuff like that. So I'm used to doing all of that. I've been doing my taxes for 4 or 5 years now. But this year, adding the Uber and the Lyft, I'm like, figuring out how to incorporate that into what I already am doing. And it's a whole lot. So I could have, I had the decision and the choice not to come on today because of my frustration, because I've been working at that all day long, and it's not hitting the way I want it to hit. And I got to go back after I get off the show and finish it up. I had that decision to say, I'm not coming on today. I just want to get this done. I want to be done with these taxes. But my commitment to my purpose, to my dream, to making sure that I come on here and inspire you guys, encourage, motivate you guys to get off your asses and do the damn thing. That was more important to me than falling into what was not going right. Y'all get what I'm saying? And I feel damn good right now. Doing this show just uplifted my spirits. Now I'm going to get off and have a different view, maybe more clarity as to how to attack my taxes when I stop the show. But this is what I'm saying, y'all. You just gotta believe in yourself. When shit hits the fan, you gotta stand strong, and you gotta believe in yourself, because when you keep, it has to happen. When you're consistent, when you're persistent, it has to come to light sooner or later. or it might just take on a different form in the way it comes. It might not be exactly the way you planned it to be. It can be better than you planned it to be. So I'm going to go. I know this has been like, I don't know. But I had to come on here and weigh out positives and negatives today because I got a headache. But I just want to say thank you guys, for real, because you are my stress reliever today, definitely. And I really, really am passionate about hearing from more of you guys, just like this writer, and your passions and your dreams and your goals. And with this YouTube channel, I promise you guys, once I can get it afloat and really get it going, I'm going to be giving y'all tips on a whole lot of business tactics and going in real deep on how to do things, because I'll be able to show you on the video. So definitely go on Chronicles of Livin YouTube channel and subscribe. I know it's not a lot of visual videos there yet, but all the podcast shows are there too as well. And subscribe so that way, once I can get everything flowing on YouTube, you won't miss a video. Hit the notification bell so when I start going live and doing these interviews on all these wonderful people that I have on a whole list that I'm supposed to send a newsletter out this week too, you won't miss it, because I'm going to be giving some advice on health tips and all kinds of stuff, business tips, health tips, some parenting tips, all kinds of stuff. Okay, guys. And so I'm going to go now. And until next Sunday, I love you guys. And I thank you guys for your patience for my just this crazy show that you never know what you're going to get. But as I say, I pray that you always are inspired to be better, do better, all of that stuff, good stuff. And that you're just motivated and you get off here. I mean, you leave the show just amped up about your dreams and your purpose and your visions, Email me, guys. I love the emails. Let me know how you're making out. Let me know how the show is helping you out. ADon, your dream pusher @gmail.com. And make sure you visit the new website, Adon, your dream pusher .website. Adon is spelled ADIONNE. Okay. Adon, your dream pusher .website. Get more information on the books. See the podcast shows, all that good stuff. Okay. And yeah. Other than that, this is Adon, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit, y'all. And you listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. It's extraordinary folk doing the damn thing the best way we can. I love you guys. Until next Sunday or Wednesday on YouTube. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Livin, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesoflivin.com. Until next time, this is Adon, your dream pusher. I love you guys.